Good afternoon. We are going to be warm and windy today with partly cloudy skies. 66 are high in Sioux Falls, 56 in Aberdeen, 57 in Pierre, and 55 in Rapid City. The winds die down tonight. The skies clear out. 24 are low in Sioux Falls, 20 in Aberdeen, 25 in Pierre, and 26 in Rapid City. We have some much cooler air on the way for your holiday weekend. We'll take a closer look coming up as we begin midday in KELOLAND.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
Minnehaha County authorities give an update regarding the deadly house explosion near Humboldt. And progressive negotiations between Israel and Hamas could lead to the release of some hostages. Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. Authorities in Pennington County are searching for 3 people involved in a crash in the Farmingdale recreation area. Last night, the South Dakota National Guard was conducting helicopter training when they found a vehicle that had slid off the trail and was stuck. Guardsmen landed the helicopter and spoke with the people. They said they did not need medical attention and believed help was on the way. Deputies searched the area last night and today, but couldn't find the black Chevy 1500 pickup or the man, woman, and 4-year-old. If you have information about this incident, you're asked to call the Pennington County Sheriff's Office. We have new information regarding the deadly home explosion near Humboldt, South Dakota. As a result of the October 18th explosion, 1 man is dead, while his family is still recovering from the loss and the injuries sustained. The Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office announced that no foul play has been suspected. The case will remain open until a final determination can be made for the cause. Sioux Falls police are trying to find the people who broke into several vehicles in a neighborhood on the west side of the city. Officers say someone broke the windows of 6 vehicles in the area of South Lyons Avenue and South Newcomb Avenue. Authorities weren't sure what was stolen from the vehicles. Anyone with information on the break-ins is asked to call Sioux Falls Police. Part of Rapid City is under an air pollution alert through this evening. This impacts the area west of the Gap. This is due to the strong winds in the forecast, with gusts up to 50 miles per hour expected. This will suspend fine dust in the air, producing poor air quality. The Rapid City Air Quality Office recommends the elderly, young, and anyone with respiratory problems to limit time outside. Turning now to weather, Megan says the wind is going to be the big story in weather in the immediate short term.
That is right, Dan. The wind is the big story today. Tomorrow will be slightly cooler because of it. Right now, we have mostly sunny skies in Sioux Falls. We're sitting at 64 degrees and a west wind at 10 miles an hour. As we head over to western South Dakota, Rapid City is much cooler due to that strong wind. Right now, 42 degrees, a north wind at 26 miles an hour with partly cloudy skies. If we take a look at those temperatures, you can see that strong wind is bringing in cooler air in northwestern South Dakota. Right now, Buffalo only 37 degrees, 42 in Mobridge, compared to the 65 in Mitchell, 61 in Yankton, and 64 in Spencer, Iowa. Here's a look at those winds out of the north and west right now at 15 to 30 miles an hour, with some wind gusts in the past hour reaching 30, even 40, 44 mile an hour wind gust in Mobridge, 43 in Winter. And those strong winds will continue through this afternoon with a wind advisory in place for those counties in Brown, with those wind gusts over 50 miles an hour possible. The winds do die down as we head into tonight, though. Right now, also watching a few clouds move through the area. Nothing is coming out of these clouds, and we don't expect anything until late Sunday evening. For today, that strong northwest wind with partly cloudy skies, 66 the high in Sioux Falls, 56 in Aberdeen, 57 in Pierre, and 55 in Rapid City. Then for tonight, like I mentioned, the winds die down, the clouds clear out, 24 in Sioux Falls, 22 in Aberdeen, 25 in Pierre, and 26 in Rapid City. For your Friday, we'll have sunshine and slightly cooler temperatures with highs only in the 40s to mid-50s, but we'll keep our winds light out of the southwest. Tomorrow is the cool day. We do have a warm up on the way for the weekend before much cooler air for your Thanksgiving week, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Megan. Feeding South Dakota is working to end hunger across the state's 66 counties, but it is an uphill climb. Nearly 72,000 people are currently considered food insecure in South Dakota. Leading South Dakota CEO Lori Dykstra says a recent study by the USDA indicates food insecurity rose by 31% from 2021 to 22, the biggest jump since the Great Recession of 2008.
And we're seeing those impacts right here in KELOLAND. We see in the month of September, we had 900 more families visit our mobile distribution site over the previous month. And in October, we put out 2,000 more backpacks.
In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, how you can help Feeding South Dakota take a bite out of hunger and make the holidays a bit brighter for families in need. In the Bahamas, authorities are investigating what caused a ferry to sink. Video shows terrified passengers clinging to the double-decker boat off the coast of the Bahamas on Tuesday. A 74-year-old woman from Colorado died, though the exact cause of her death has not yet been determined. In international news, negotiations between Israel and Hamas are progressing, and CBS News is learning about a deal to release some of the hostages in Gaza that could come soon. The high-stakes talks come as fighting rages in the Palestinian territory. CBS's Tina Kraus reports from London.
It's been a rally cry for 6 weeks now, and CBS News has learned some of the hostages Hamas is holding in Gaza may soon be released. Two officials tell CBS Israel would agree to a 3 to 5 day ceasefire to get aid into Gaza and a group of the youngest hostages and women out. Children are being prioritized as part of the first wave of a potential hostage release aimed at ultimately bringing home the roughly 240 people taken during the Hamas attacks. In addition, one of the officials said an unspecified number of Palestinian women and children held in Israeli prisons would potentially be swapped. Israeli forces are advancing their campaign to destroy Hamas in Gaza, releasing video they say shows fighter jets striking the home of Hamas's political leader, Ismail Haniyeh. And soldiers are searching Gaza's largest hospital for a second day.
These weapons have absolutely no business being inside a hospital.
Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says more than 11,000 Palestinians have been killed, and the United Nations human rights chief is demanding Israel end its occupation.
The killing of so many civilians cannot be dismissed as collateral damage. The only winner of such a war is likely to be extremism.
Fighting began October 7th when Hamas carried out a surprise attack in southern Israel. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
The UN Secretary Council has voted in favor of a resolution calling for pauses in the fighting to allow for humanitarian aid, and it's calling for the unconditional release of hostages.